have to get to the final. I have to get to the final. Jules, did you have a nickname at school?
I was the one giving nicknames.
He was a bully.
No. Nice nicknames. I had to cross, and I was terrible at it.
I've done more headers than the whole season.
Yeah, swear to God. Hello, I'm Jules Koundé.
And I'm İlkay Gündoğan. Today we are going to talk about 3 big pressure moments in our football careers.
3 moments with Adidas.
When in your career have you felt the most pressure?
I think the first one is when I started to train with the professional team. Obviously, it was a big moment for me. I was 17. You look around and you see like big players. I felt pressure because, not because I didn't think I wasn't ready, but more because I had to play another position because I'm center
What
back.
position did you play?
I was playing right back already.
Okay.
And it was something very new for me. I remember some exercises I had to cross and I was terrible at it. I'm still improving because it's something very difficult for me. Giving bad balls to some of the players, then they look at you some way like...
Where was that? Which team?
It was in Bordeaux.
Bordeaux.
It was in Bordeaux. That's one, it was definitely a big step for me. It took me some time to adapt.
I'll probably agree with you, you know, when you're a teenager and you kind of dream of becoming a professional football player, that first excitement, you know, when you turn 17, you start to train with the first team. I think it's something that's very difficult to explain, you know, that feeling. You probably have to live it yourself, you know, to kind of understand how many different thoughts you have, you know, at once. And that whole process, I think, is just so complex and so nerve-wracking also, you know, throughout the whole time, that it's obviously automatically a lot of pressure. But if we cannot keep it up, what do we do? We just continue. I ask?
My head's too strong.
So, what are you looking most forward to at the Euros?
I would say probably see the boys again, my teammate. You, playing at home?
Yeah, I think for the German people it's gonna be very special. So obviously,
Yeah.
being home, you know, it's gonna be exciting. I remember when I was like 15, having the World Cup, you know, in 2006 in Germany. It was a great atmosphere in the country, so hopefully it's gonna be a similar one. I know it's still painful, but looking back at the World Cup and the final,
that's still painful. That's still painful, man. Obviously, now looking back, very proud of what we did and reaching the final and the way we compete during the whole tournament. But the way we lost it, like in penalties, it's very painful. Right after the game, you don't think really about the positive thing. You just think, damn, like we wasted an opportunity, and you never know if you're gonna reach it again. I just went on a quick vacation, far away from, obviously, from the noise. It was a very good experience, like, to learn from.
a second one is more of a negative one, probably, I would say, because I had to deal with difficult injuries in my career so far. And one I had when I was 23. I had a back injury. And it took me more than a year, you know, off the field. I was in a bad place, I would say.
Yeah.
But then I was lucky to find a good doctor who could explain me exactly which steps I had to go. And at the end, my surgery was actually not a huge one, you know. And after 4 months after the surgery, I was back on the pitch and still playing here, you know, nearly 10 years later. So that was a big pressure moment for me for my career, but also in life, to be honest, because football is a big part of our lives. So,
yeah, it's very difficult to dissociate. Like, usually when football is not going well, it's difficult to do so well in life.
Ask my wife. Sometimes bad training sessions or bad games, I come back with bad mood, you know, and then she's like, try to disconnect, but it's not always so easy to disconnect from your profession, even at home, you know, which is bad sometimes also. So, Jules, I've got 5 cards here. They describe different attributes a young football player should have. Talent, hard work, competitive spirit, having fun, and teamwork. And maybe we can just put them in order to see what's most important. Shall we say just talent, maybe the most important? I mean...
Yeah, but I just don't want people to get it wrong, you know? Because like when you think about talent,
you have
it's
to
like...
complement the talent,
Yeah, exactly. But let's put it first.
Let's say it's the base to make something out of it with hard work.
Yeah.
So if you put talent on top, but you need to kind of have hard work. Work hard with having fun, but be competitive for your team.
I think that's well summed up. I would say that the third moment where I felt pressure was leaving Bordeaux to go to Sevilla and to another country without my family around. I felt pressure because it was a big step in my career, even if it was a choice that I took time to make. You go to a different country, different language, different style of play. I had a strong team behind me, so it made it easier.
At what age was that?
It was at 19, yeah, 19.
And you have never been before in Sevilla?
No, never been before, but I've been to Spain.
And the third one actually was one of last year, Champions League final we played with Man City. It was my third one. I've lost the two previous ones, so obviously there could have not been probably more pressure in terms of having to win a game, you know, at least that feeling that you have inside yourself, because you don't want to lose 3 Champions League finals, you know, in a row.
What would you say the differences between the preparation, between the first one and the second one and the third one? Like, was it any different in your preparation, the way you came to the game?
The first one was very different because the first one was very unexpected. We were with Borussia Dortmund, a very young team, you know. I was 20, 21. In terms of preparation, you just went with the flow a little bit, you know? Like you just let it happen. And the second one, when I played for Man City, or at least the last 2-3 years I played for Man City, we were kind of always one of the favorites, you know, to get at least to the semis, to the final, you know, which is also pressure. To be honest. Yeah. It was a difficult year because it was the COVID year. Final, the stadium was not full. It was against Chelsea, but that just made more pressure on the third one actually. Yeah.
But the third one, like, actually, after losing 2, like, the third one, it makes it sweeter, maybe.
Well, now looking back, it was very sweet. I mean, for me, it was also very special because it was in Istanbul, you know, the country of where my family is from, and I feel very, very connected to still. But before the game, also, you know, like the feeling before was crazy. I mean, if you ask my family, or especially my wife, you know, the weeks before or the months even before, you know, like I was already with my mind, I have to get to the final. I have to get to the final. You know, it's Istanbul. But at the end, looking back now, I just feel like it was also meant to be, to get that trophy in Istanbul, which is very special.
Yeah, destiny.